What's up, my people? In this video, we're going to be solving equations with variables on both sides. Up until this point, we've only had variables on one side, so now we're going to have variables on both sides. So let's go ahead and jump right into it and get these questions answered. Here we go. So we want to figure out what number can we place for n that will make both of these balanced. So first things first, we're going to combine these like terms to make our life more simple. We have 6 plus and then 2n plus 3n is 5n equals negative 6 plus 2n. Okay, so all I did was combine like terms. Now, what has to happen next is I want all of my variables to one side and I want all my constants on the other side. Remember that anything with a variable is going to go on one side, and then your constant is simply a number that's by itself without a variable. So let's say we want our variables over here. We want constants over here. That's kind of like make a, so that means we want this to go that way, and we need this number to go that way so that all the constants and variables are on the same side. So let's erase that for a minute. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 5n because we are doing the inverse. Minus 5n like that. So I have negative 6 minus 3n because 2n minus 5n is negative 3n equals a positive 6. Okay, so now on my right, there are no variables. Now on the left, I got to get rid of that constant. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Now I have negative 3n equals 6 plus 6 is 12. Now, to get n by itself, this is a one-step equation. I'm going to divide by negative 3, n equals negative 4. Okay? So let's do the next one. Is there any combining that needs to happen? No. All right, cool. So now we can just go straight for it. So I want all my variables to one side, all my constants to the other side. Let's put my variables over here, constants over here. And I'm going to start by adding 4 to both sides because let's just go, it doesn't matter which way you do it. 7k equals 7k plus 6. All right, cool. Now I need my variables all to the other side. So I'm going to subtract this 7k minus 7k. Okay. This is 0 equals, I have a positive 6 there. When will 0 equal 6? It will never happen. If you end up with something like this, that means the answer to this is no. So let's go to the bottom and jot down a really quick note. Anytime a number equals a different number, the answer is no solution. And as a matter of fact, since I'm down here, the other rule is anytime a number equals itself, so you end up with something like 7 equals 7, 2 equals 2, 5x equals 5x, anything like that where it equals itself, the answer is all real solutions. And that symbol you can use looks like this. Okay? And an example of this one up here would be something like 0 equals 1. 50 equals 23. And so on, okay? But for this one, it has to be number equal a number, okay? All right, so let's go back up here. All right, so let's look at number 3. Let's see what we can do with this one. Number 3. Is there anything I can combine? Possibly. Actually, I can. I can combine on this side is 3x with this 3x. That's going to be 6x. And I can combine this negative 4 with this positive 5. And that's going to give me a positive 1 because negative 4 plus 5 is 1. Okay? Actually, I'm going to do that in a different color in case you're not sure where I got the numbers from. And I'm going to say 1 minus 5x. And that just came from right there. Okay, so let's keep going. Remember, I want all my variables to one side, all my constants to the other. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and move my variable. I'm going to go ahead and say minus 6x. Minus 6x. And you're going to get negative 1 minus 11x equals 1. Okay. And now, right now, we're at a two-step equation. So next, I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides to get all my constants over there because we only want variables on our left. That's going to cancel. That's going to cancel. So I have negative 11x equals 0. This is a one-step equation. Divide by negative 11. What is 0 divided by anything? It's 0. Now, you can't automatically assume that when you have 0, sometimes what students will say is when there's a 0 there, they think that's no solution. No, there is a solution. Okay? All right, 0 happens to be that solution. 0 is a number. All right, let's do number 4. Do I need to combine anything? I do in this case. I have this negative x, so that's negative 1x plus 3. X is going to be 2x. And that 2x is positive. I added those two together. Equals x plus 4. And this time, I'm going to bring my 1 over first, because remember, I still want my variables on one side, constants on the other. So I don't want this constant over here. Get rid of u. 2x equals x plus 5. And then I don't want this variable over here. I'm going to get rid of u. 2x minus 1x is just x equals 5. No need to do any division because here we are at the end of the equation. Okay? All right, now let's do some where you actually have to distribute first. The next 4 examples you have to distribute first and then do some other work. So let's get into it. All right, so anytime you see parentheses, that should trigger your mind to say multiplication or distribute. Negative 4 times 5x is negative 20x. Negative 4 times negative 4, positive 16. And then this 7x just comes down. Now we're at the point where we were at in our previous examples. Okay? So now let's go ahead and combine this and combine that. 7x minus 20x is negative 13x plus 16. is equal to x minus 40. And remember, we want only variables on one side. And this came from here. We only want variables on one side and we want constants on one side. Now, once you get good at these, you'll be able to say, okay, this is a constant, gotta go. That takes care of that. This is a variable, gotta go. And you can actually do all of this in one step. 13x plus 1x is 14x is over here. And then 40 plus 16 is 56. Okay? Now I have a one-step equation, and I got to do 56 divided by 14. And 56 divided by 14 happens to be 4. Happens to be 4. So x is going to be 4 right here. Okay, let's do another one. Number 6. Okay, so I see parentheses. Hey, that automatically means I probably need to distribute, and I'm going to distribute. Let's choose a different color. Let's go from this side. Let's go this color blue. Negative 6 times x, negative 6x. Negative 6 times negative 6, positive 36. Okay. And then remember, we want all our variables over here, constants over here. So I'm going to add 6x to both sides. And then I'm going to subtract 36 from both sides. That cancels. That cancels. That cancels. That cancels. That means that over here, it's 0 equals, and over here, everything is canceled. 0. What was the rule? When a number equals a number, you should have written that down. All real numbers. Or you can use a symbol that looks like that. All right, now, if you think you're pretty good at these, what I want you to do right now is pause the video and try these two. And once you're done, unpause the video and see if you got the answers correct. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do these. Okay? Negative 3 times, I see parentheses, I got to distribute. Negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. Negative 3 times positive 7x, negative 21x equals 8x minus 20. Okay? You know the drill. So I'm going to do this first. That takes care of that. And then I'm going to do this next. That's going to take care of that. 8x. I'm sorry. Negative 21x minus 8x is negative 29x equals negative 20 minus 9, negative 29. Divide both sides by negative 29. X equals a positive 1 because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And finally, the last question. I got 7 times 3. 7x. Sorry, 7 times x. Oops. It's 7x. 7 times 3. 21. Okay. So again, I'm going to do my thing. I want my constants over here. That takes care of that. I want all my variables to the left. So bring this one over here. When everything cancels, you have a 0 equals, and then 29 minus 21 is 8. When will 0 be 8? Or what does that mean when you have a number equals a different number? Here it is. That is a no solution. Okay. One final piece of wisdom. When you do these, you're going to have one of a few answers. Okay. And I want you to write these down. Okay. These are your possible answers. Possible answers. You're either going to get all real numbers, you're going to get no solution, you're going to get a number, and sometimes you'll get 0, which happens to also be a number, but for some reason students seem to think that is something different. But these two are really in the same category. But sometimes you will get no solutions, you will get all real solutions. You need to be able to identify that. If you have any further questions, see me in class, and or you can rewind this video, watch it again, take some more notes. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.